Hi, my name is Sunil Chandy. I'm the rector and priest here at Christ Episcopal Church. I hope that you will join us in our capital campaign.
This church became my home when I was married here in 1967. And it was like coming home for the first time.
50 years. I've been a member of Christ Church for the majority of my adult life.
It's like the church I grew up in as a child, so it's like coming home.
This is a community church, and it's a church that reaches out to everybody.
We've been coming to Christ Church for about
50 years.
I've been going to Christ Church my entire life, and it's a great place. It's a place that I've considered home, my second home.
Well, I believe that Christ Church is a very important part of their lives. I believe God is important in everybody's life, and this feels like a second home.
What is it about Christ Church that I like? In one word, the beauty.
People come and they go and they come back.
I decided to come back because I really felt like I needed a sense of community.
They marry, they baptize, they go, they come back.
My kids go here. It's a place my whole family goes, and it's just it's a great place, Christ Church.
To be up on the altar and just be part of the service, it's so inspirational every week. It doesn't get stale.
It's a great place to bring up kids. I think it gives kids a really good foundation.
So if you're a parent looking for a church that your children will feel a part of, Christ Church is definitely the place to be.
I feel it's an important part of our community.
I love coming to Christ Church because, number one, I love Father Sunil.
With Father Sunil's arrival at Christ Church, that it's like a breath of fresh air.
I love being here because there's a sense of this history, and I'm one of a long line of rectors here, and I feel humbled.
Father Sunil has brought great energy to Christ Church. He's a spirit-filled person.
Working with community institutions like the hospital, or working with Johnny Cake Center, the Warm Center, collaborating with them, being involved with community and the Chamber of Commerce and the United Theater, just helping the community to become a better place.
As Director of Christian Education, I also run the Vacation Bible School, and Vacation Bible School is a week-long each summer. We do it for a week, and it's free.
When we got married here, we invited the church to the reception, and we had a lot of friends from out of town who were here. And they were so amazed at how friendly everyone was.
If I keep helping out, I might encourage more people. And when I joined the choir, it brightened their day and it made me feel special.
You have a feeling here in this church that goes way beyond the beauty, way beyond the liturgy, way beyond the choir. It's a very profound experience, and for me personally, I haven't had an experience like that in any other place.
Father Jim Annan was the man who married me and was a charismatic person. And he was a very compassionate and dynamic person that could make anything happen.
I think Jim is a very truly extraordinary person. Or one friend of mine said you just put in the category of genius.
Father Annan had a wonderful impact on Christ Church.
He was very forthright, Father Annan. He knew what he wanted. He was very clear and had a wonderful perception of how the church would grow and be served. And he was a great asset.
A strong preacher, a strong theologian. He was a good leader.
People loved him. He had a vibrant personality, and he brought great life to the church.
I think his gift to the parish has been monumental.
He has taught so many children those skills and music, but also life skills.
This is not a parish that you would expect to produce great music as he has done. And there he is, and week after week he produces sound that's wonderful.
That's God working through George Kent and all those people at the Chorus of Westerly. And I just love it that this is where it all began.
His musical influence allowed me to then go on to the Chorus of Westerly and sing in that for 40 years. So that's all part of Christ Church.
Whether it's young or old, they talk about the Chorus of Westerly. They talk about their love of music and how that has changed their lives. That is powerful.
Well, I think visually, this is the centerpiece of the town. When you come in from Route 3, you come down Route 3 and the park is on one side, but what you're looking at, the first thing you see of Westerly is Christ Church.
This is where you learn, this is where you experience what it's like to be a child of God. And we can't do it too well with a leaky roof.
I think it's up to us as a congregation to make sure that our church, Christ Church, can continue to be there and to continue to stand in our town, in our community, as a place that we're proud of, that the town's proud of, that's beautiful.
Well, I think it's important that Christ Church remain a stable fixture in the town of Westerly. When you ask anybody if they know where Christ Church is, and they always say, oh, that's that beautiful stone church right across from the park. It's not only a church, it's kind of an historical monument to the town of Westerly as well.
I think the capital campaign is important because somebody before us put a roof on this place and it lasted 125 years, and I think it's up to this generation to put a roof on the place and to do improvements so that it's here for another 125 years.
I think it's vitally important that we keep this structure alive and in good stead.
Well, for one, it's a great historic structure that I think not only members of the church, but also members of the community should really help to preserve.
There's a wonderful cornerstone that we have. It basically, the Latin phrase says, Christ is the chief cornerstone. That comes from Ephesians chapter 2, verse 20. And that whole paragraph in which Paul writes this letter to the Ephesians, he's talking to them about a place where they could find connection, reconciliation, and peace. And that place is called to be the church.
When I came here 50 years ago, the church was here. I'd like to make sure that 20 years from now, a young couple that enters the door that this church is here, and that they can stay for 50 years.
The people that made sure that I could grow up here and that my children could grow up here, our group of people make sure that the next generation can grow up here. So I think it's really important that we support this capital campaign.
If the people of your generation, of this time, can put a roof on this building, you will have sustained this building for another 100 years.